Okay, episode 3 to 4 of Infinity Train. I fixed my mic. My mic sounded kind of off last time, but yeah, like 2 new episodes every single day. That's really something. But yeah, we can begin this. Let's see what this is all about. Let's see. Oh. Man, I didn't realize Hotel Transylvania was here. Oh, the pilot! Ah, we're here at the pilot!
Food dispensers, belly rub machines, gift of speech. You guys are doing pretty well for yourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Puppy Paradise. Wait, so is the original problem from the pilot happening here? Like, in the official episode, or is that not happening? Then, or... Oh, wait, no. It's still happening. Yeah, from the pilot. Super funny. Oh, snow.
Shadow came from that weird orb, but...
Yeah, again, it's kind of different. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So, I'm assuming the same thing is, gonna play out again. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Okay, whoa!
That's how all doors open!
Wait, what? Whoa.
It would be an honor to be joined by such royalty.
Alright, new team member, let's go.
Weird furry duck is joining the team. Wait,
Yeah.
let's tune it.
Don't you want me to time you?
I don't think so, yeah, like... I don't think it's even like a timer. That was a really good episode. There were definitely differences between the 2 episodes, but okay. Okay, so now on to episode 3 review of Infinity Train. Pretty much, this is the pilot, pretty much. Yeah, the pilot that started this whole thing way back when Owen Dennis first created the show, sort of. This is the same exact thing. It's a retelling of the pilot. Pretty much it goes off of episode 2, where pretty much she sees the number go down, and she's kind of thinking, or the mindset she kind of has in her head is, okay, the number is going down, it's a ticking timer, I have to hurry up through each and every train car as fast as I can to get to the conductor, and who's at the end of the train, right? And that's kind of what she does. She goes from each and every train car until it finally leads her to Corgidia, where she meets Atticus, and the whole situation of the pilot pretty much. And again, it's a retelling pretty much, but there are some kind of differences and actually insane similarities to the point where I'm kind of thinking, okay, what's going on? Where pretty much, well, there are like parts in the episode, right? And I'm kind of listening to it, and like the way they're kind of like wording things and saying things out loud, it almost sounds like a full-on rip from the pilot that they added into the actual episode itself. Like, it sounds like they took like an actual scene, an audio recording from the pilot, and put them into the official episode itself, because I'm watching it and I'm listening and I'm kind of like, okay, this sounds eerily, insanely similar to the actual pilot. Now maybe they kind of like redid some lines, like copied the same lines and just kind of redid them over for the episode, but I don't know, it sounds like insanely similar to the point where I'm kind of thinking, did they just kind of rip some parts and scenes from the actual episode or from the pilot and just place them in the official episode? I don't know, because there are like a bunch of scenes, for example, like when, they're running from the shadow monster, Tulip yells out, there's a giant shadow monster, and I'm kind of listening, and I'm kind of like, that sounds insanely similar to the pilot, like to a T similar. So I don't know. But at the same time, there are like a lot of differences, where like, pretty much just like in the pilot, there are scenes that are similar to the official episode, but they add in some extra scenes also in between the parts that are kind of shared between the pilot and the episode. For example, like they cross the bridge in order to get, or not the bridge, they cross the river in order to get to the monster, and pretty much when they do that, it kind of leads to like a montage of them like pretty much going through the area to get to where the door is and where the monster is, right? And it kind of just shows a montage of them getting there. You see some kind of like silly, wacky stuff along the way. And I kind of like that too. It's trying to add like more to the episode as a whole. Again, compared to the pilot, which I'm correct is shorter than the official episode. I could be wrong about that, but I think it is. So I'm assuming that's pretty much why, because if they really wanted to, they could pretty much make this a shot-by-shot retelling of the pilot pretty much, with like the addition of like a few couple of things, but they really didn't. They actually did make some things a tad bit different. They reworded some lines that were a little bit different from the pilot compared to the official episode now. But the one thing that really stuck out to me, where I was really like, okay, this is actually interesting, it really shows more about the train as a whole compared to the pilot, is that unlike in the pilot, you know, like where they make it to the end, they see the door, and they see the spider and the shadow monster, the shadow robot thing. Pretty much in the pilot, the spider is in front of like a flashlight that someone left there, right? But here in the official episode, the spider is in front of like this weird glowing orb energy thing, and that's what's causing the shadow, right? And that was like the first big thing already, and I didn't realize that initially until like a couple of seconds after I really look at it, and I'm like, oh wait, whoa, that's something else. But then the thing that really made me be like, okay, this is different, what's going on, is that unlike in the pilot, you know, like where like they see like how like the part of Corginia that's broken kind of shows like the mechanisms of the train car itself. Here it's like it's kind of like warp beam, warp gate, weird energy tunnels that lead to like the different mechanisms of that train car. And I was looking at that and like they're everywhere in the area. It's not like one big broken area. It's like multiple like areas within that train car, showing like these warp gates leading to like the mechanisms of the train car. And I'm just looking at that and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is different. And again, like in the pilot, you see like how it's more just broken, but again here, it looks as if someone opened them up or something like that to like actually deal with something inside of it. And like pretty much inside of it, you kind of like see these kind of like places where more of the warp energy ball things can be put in and put out. And pretty much in the episode, either 2-Up or 1-1 takes one out, and you see when you take one out or put one back in, it turns on and off the waterfall. And it kind of shows how the train kind of works, that pretty much on the inside, the mechanism of each train car, there must be more orb systems in place where you can take them out or put one back in that causes a part of that train car to work, where for example the sun or the water or maybe even the wind. And again, you see the robot thing and you're kind of looking at it and you're kind of thinking, okay, so is this kind of like the repairman for the train itself, kind of like dealing with like problems that are with the train, and you know, he or she is trying to like fix them? I don't know, but pretty much again, just like in the pilot, the robot creature sees them, and you know, like Atticus comes in, he gets beat, and pretty much they deal with the monster, and the monster runs away. Now, pretty much, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, 2-Up or 1-1 does something that damages the monster, and then the monster runs away, right? But here in the official episode, the monster sees 1-1 and then it dips. So it's kind of like the mystery around 1-1 and who he is gets bigger and bigger. And the theory you kind of have right now between who 1-1's mother actually is that maybe it's the monster, maybe? Again, I'm thinking maybe it's the conductor, but I don't know. Hey, maybe it could be the monster. For all I know. I mean, I don't know. Now, there is one thing about this episode I really don't get that's actually too similar to the pilot. It's pretty much at the end. Because again, the thing is with the pilot, right? As far as we can know, she has the number on her hand and it hasn't changed from what we can tell, right? So at the end of that episode in the pilot, she sees how it doesn't change and she gets upset because she thinks, okay, if the number changes, that may be the answer on how I get back home, right? But here in the official episode, and with the past episodes, the number has changed. And she kind of gets the idea in the official show that if the number gets down to 0, then, you know, like something bad is gonna happen to her, right? So at the end of the episode, the same thing plays out, and she's upset that the number didn't change. And I'm kind of looking at that, and I'm kind of like, well, wait a minute, why are you upset by that? You should be happy that the number didn't change, because the mindset you have in the official show is that if it gets down to 0, then you're doomed. But yeah, she seems angry and upset about that, so I'm kind of confused about that. But I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, though, and pretty much the last thing of the show in the episode is kind of like the lesson that she kind of learns, where it's kind of like, pretty much she gets the idea that, okay, it's not a timer, it's not trying to lead me down to in some kind of, you know, impending doom. Because, you know, like pretty much she interacts with the robot, and then when she interacts with the robot creature, then the number changed downward some. So she kind of thinks, okay, it's not like a ticking time bomb, it's something else. And pretty much when I interact with things in the train car, it makes the number go down some. That's kind of the idea that she gets. So she kind of has the new mindset of, okay, I shouldn't rush through this anymore. I should take the time in each train car to see what they're about and see how the number changes when I do those things and interact with things in the train car itself. And that's kind of the new mindset that she gets. And before she leaves Corginia, you know, that train car, Atticus is kind of like, okay, wait a minute. If that monster comes back, my people are still in trouble. So instead of you just leaving and leaving me here, let me accompany you on your quest so we can both deal with the problems that we have. And 2-Up, you know, agrees in the end, and the trio is now formed, and I think that's really, really cool. And pretty much I was kind of spoiled a tad bit in the trailer where you see, you know, Atticus in different train cars with Tulip and 1-1. But yeah, like here it's now official. They're now officially a trio going together throughout these train cars, and that's pretty much what I'm assuming is going to happen for the whole show as a whole, where it's going to be Atticus, Tulip, and 1-1 going through the train cars. And I think that's really cool because Atticus is a really cool character. He's insanely funny. You know, the dog, the corgi, it gets a laugh, you know, all the time. And pretty much I think that's really, really cool because I was kind of, you know, assuming in the pilot that pretty much after that he was going to stay in that train car. We'll never see him again. But nope, he's going to stay. And overall, I really enjoyed this episode. Overall, I think I actually enjoy it more than the pilot because again, they added some things and make things different that really makes me be like, okay, whoa, this is actually way more interesting now. And it was already interesting in the pilot, but they make it even more interesting here. And I'm really just like, okay, I can get behind a lot of the mysteries that they're kind of adding in now, or kind of expanding upon as to how kind of like the train car works, how the world works. And yeah, overall guys, just what do you think? I enjoyed this episode. I feel like I should give it like a 7 at the most, because again, it's really just a retelling of the pilot. That's okay though. I really enjoyed it, and they added some new things that I really enjoyed more than the pilot. But what do you guys think though, guys? This is Shark Tank. Have a great, awesome, and amazing day. Peace.